Jay, you know what time it is.
I do. Good morning.
It's time for us to say good morning! Live from Axe Media Group headquarters here in the old Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay with your hosts, Matt and Jay! I had to pull the microphone away when I said that. It's a beautiful day in the Ozarks. Looks like it's going to rain again today. Hopefully it'll stay cool.
Yeah.
Are you still reading Facebook?
Yes, I'm getting off. I'm getting on.
I know what you meant. All right. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on Facebook, you know?
Well, I'm trying to be more attentive to Facebook, and there's a lot of people who have needs.
Yeah.
So we didn't do our intro, did we?
Yeah, we did. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
Glad to have everybody with us today. I think my tea is done. I'm rolling with the tea today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Jay. Did I say that already?
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
But you know,
it's still Jay.
It's still Jay. It hasn't changed in the last 5 minutes. Or 2 minutes, minute and a half. Well, I don't have anything to stir this with.
Yeah.
So, dare I use a key? I mean, I don't know. He'll be all right. I don't know. I was going to use the key to stir my tea.
Oh, yeah. Stir your tea with a key.
Oh, man, that's
We'll have to do the first commercial today because I need more coffee, and I didn't realize I was almost out.
Ah.
Well, I don't need more coffee, but I would.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, you do.
I'm awake. I assure you.
Haven't you seen my my background?
Uh-huh.
My background picture on my Facebook, and it's
I didn't.
It's I think it's a duck. It says, "Where's the coffee?" or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a crazy, wacky.
Coffee can throw your sleep cycle off.
Can and does.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't because of the energy, it will because it'll make you get up and have to pee all the time.
Yeah.
So you shared this twice already.
I didn't mean to. I meant to share it once.
Mm-hmm.
And then I meant to push play, and I pushed share again.
Ah. They don't have a sunny button here.
Yeah, they don't have a thing that says, you already shared this. Well, Facebook hasn't been putting my shares up there right anyway. So.
Well, whenever... Yeah, they haven't... I think that's one of the changes. Like, I have to click on it in order to be able to share it to my personal page.
Yeah.
Said the good-looking one is here. Laugh out loud, seriously.
Hey,
hi,
Steve.
guys. By the way, I am Steve. And then
Steve McAllister or Schultz?
he's Steve McAllister.
Ah,
Steve
yeah,
Schultz
right.
says,
Not
morning, guys.
Steve Schultz is not the good-looking one?
Then Steve says, hey, Steve.
We miss Steve.
Yeah.
And Steve.
Yeah, we miss them both. Steve and Steve.
Yep.
Now it says I can share on my timeline.
So I can't help it. I don't mind. I hope you don't mind. Maybe I'm beating a dead horse, but I think a lot of people have this same issue going on. And so something happens to me every time I post about, being lonely or, looking for a spouse in my life and everything. A lot of people imply that or think that I'm lacking a relationship with Jesus, and that's what the loneliness is coming from. I assure you all, I'm searching for Jesus Christ in everything in my life. Everything I try to do, I do in worship to God, and except for sin, and I do sin. So
don't we all?
And when I sin, I'm separated from God and the Holy Spirit. I know that, but I think what happens is a lot of people who don't know me very well assume that there's something wrong with me that's causing the lonely feeling. And then they make comments, and then that makes an implication that I'm not, like somehow I still need saved or something. And I'm not accusing anybody of intentionally being hurtful.
Right.
But to make comments like that is hurtful, and it does hurt, and so I assure you, I love the Lord, and He's mindful in all of my pursuits, and I regret and lament my sins and confess them and pray about them.
Yeah.
And the Lord is with me in
I shall
and-
not want.
and He's helping me. He is what's the verse? Lead me not into temptation, but delivering me from evil. And the Lord is doing that more in my life, and I'm repenting more in my life.
Because his is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever.
Yes, but He also did make me the way that I am, and my desire for a spouse is something that God put in me, and I think that that's not false or
Well, you know,
wrong.
Adam had a desire for a spouse. He was lonely.
It's not false or wrong or sinful of me.
He had God and he had every animal out there. And the animals, for all we know, could have talked to him, you know, before the fall. But
Well,
that
the
was
snake
still
talked,
not
so-
enough.
Right.
God realized this man is lonely. I got to get him someone that can help him.
Yes.
Not just in his works, but also help him to keep from being lonely. So we're gonna do a real quick commercial here.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
No.
I saw you scrambling there for a second.
All right.
Yeah,
I am ready now.
They do that to me all the time. You ready? Go ahead and zoom it on over.
There you are, sir.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. This show is brought to you by, of course, big shocker, naturalsolutionstore.bz. Now, today, I'm going to talk about something that a lot of us need. Brain focus. How many of you are scatterbrained this morning? Me? I know I am. I'm pretty sure Jay just raised his hand back there behind this curtain while he's getting coffee. They were full, but yes. Yep, they were full, but yes, he says. Okay, so this product is called Brain Focus, and you'll find it on naturalsolutionstore.bz. This stuff is awesome. It's a combination of herbs that was used for centuries by Ayurveda, I don't know how to say that, herbalists to support memory and mental focus. Now, these ancient Asian herbs, whatever you want to call it, feature natural phytonutrients known as backsides. That's funny. I'm so immature. Now, these enhance the activity of the vital neurotransmitters in the brain involved in information processing and memorization. With Brain Focus, you can improve your mental focus and enhance your short-term memory, which is something I think we all need. It can boost concentration, enhance learning, natural focus, and reduce stress and anxiety with increased brain power. So it was carefully formulated to provide the perfect blend of ingredients to increase your mental performance, promote positive mood, and increase natural energy, and ignite your mind's full potential. This stuff is great, guys. You know where you can get it? Jay, do you know where you can get it?
At naturalsolutionstore.bz.
Naturalsolutionstore.bz. Back to you, fellas.
And we're
Oh,
back.
hey, you're back. Hey, who was that crazy guy you guys saw?
So if you want to help me, I want to get back right on the subject. If you want to help me, please don't make posts like that. Pray for me that God would send me a good match. And that, well, I mean, I know that that's real, but pray that He would.
First of all, read the posts all the way.
Yeah, read the posts all the way, because a lot of people aren't reading the whole posts, and I think that's part of the problem too. But also pray for me that God would send me a good match, and that I would have the strength to resist
Where's the squirrel?
seductive false women, because
Morning, Mike Crimper.
I've been confronted by some, not Facebook friends, people that aren't Facebook friends of mine, but in real life. And it's not easy to resist when a seductive woman offers herself to you. So,
Boy, we got a lot of people on here today. Okay, so first of all, Steve said he really enjoyed yesterday. He said, hey, Jay, you got Matt to tell you that you have shared. Okay, that was from earlier.
What?
Hazelnut coffee is great in the AM. Oh, when we were talking about sharing earlier. And that was Steve Schultz that said that. Steve McAllister said he really enjoyed yesterday. Uncle Ray joined. Welcome to the party. Nikki Skaggs said, hey, Steve McAllister. Steve Schultz, this is Steve and Steve. This Steve, my other brother Steve.
yeah.
Says, hey, Jay, you know that you know what I have told you. Oh, Lord. You knew he was going to say that.
What did he say? Oh,
That he
yeah.
could hook you up. He's
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about taking you
I
to
knew
a
that
nursing home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Bruce Pearson, that's my father. He said, "Morning, boys. Good morning, Dad. God has got someone for you, Jay." Kevin Saxton, my buddy, how you doing?
Well,
Welcome
maybe
to the
I'm
party.
being sacrilegious, but I wish he'd hurry up.
Well, I'm pretty sure that you're not the only one who has ever said that to somebody or to God. Where's the squirrel? That's what Jonathan Kretzman asks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good morning, Jonathan Kretzman, Mike Krimper. So we're glad to have everybody on board with us today. We're talking about. Nikki Skaggs says, "Sorry guys, just seeing this show." Well, welcome to the party. I think we're friends on Facebook, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Or
we were.
13 mutual friends. I don't know that we are. I'm going to look and see. Nope, we're not actually friends on Facebook, but I'm going to change that right now.
I see that. So I see this on so many people's Facebooks too. People express their feelings of loneliness or their desire for a spouse, and it's always the same thing. Oh, you need to focus on Jesus, and you wouldn't be alone if you just focus on Jesus, and He'll be with you, and you're not alone. Listen, if our feelings of loneliness and our desires for spouses were sinful and wrong, then everyone who's married,
I just did, Nikki.
everyone who's married, and everyone who has a boyfriend has gone astray. And I don't believe that that's the case.
Right.
I think that if you can stay single, you can better serve the Lord that way because you may not have a distraction. But if you're not made to be single, if you can't be single, you're better to serve God with a spouse.
Yeah. Well, it says that. The Apostle Paul said if you can go without getting remarried, if you can go without getting married. I tell people I'm going the way of the Apostle Paul now.
Yeah.
Because
well, I have been for quite a long time, years.
And it's no longer a choice. It's no longer your choice.
It's the only choice for me if the right woman's not there.
Right, and that's amazing. That's really good. One of the things that my ex-wife used to say, and I agree with it wholeheartedly, her picker's broken and my picker's broken.
Yeah.
My picker, the picker ticker right here is broken.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm a man and I get, I enjoy flirting and stuff like that. I'm a weak man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to be with a woman if she's not all in for God.
Yeah.
And I've dated women that
not just all in good for God, but a good match. I think doctrinally a good match.
Oh yeah. That's imperative.
Somebody who's willing to spend the time convincing you that you're wrong, or at least that there's another perspective to consider.
Huh. Be sure and share these videos, by the way.
Yeah.
And if you're at where you can't get Facebook, you can always go to YouTube, our YouTube channel. And you can also check out all of our past videos on there. Not just ours, but every show that we've been broadcasting on YouTube are still on there. So go there and check it out. It's there's a lot of them now, and there's getting more by the day. So I don't know if there's also a news. I gotta read it and make sure I've got it right. There's something to do with the news and Jackie Scott. So Jim Whining, join us. Welcome to the party. Steve says, Jay, does your church have a single group?
I don't think they do. And I'm not sure that I would want to participate in something like that either. I don't want to surround myself with a bunch of other lonely people and then be tempted or seduced into a relationship that's not right. So I'm not really sure. And I'm not sure how to do this. I don't know what I'm doing.
Jonathan Kretzman says, a brother standing behind you 100%, Jay.
Thank you,
Jonathan Kretzman. We need to get you on a show one of these days.
Yeah, we do.
You don't even have to trim your beard. You can come on here with your beard all unkempt.
Yeah.
He's got a long beard
so
now.
Please, and that's so when you see people posting these posts like I've been posting, I see it so often. Please stop doing that. If you don't know that person intimately and well, don't leave comments like that. All you do is basically, not intentionally, but you slander them. Especially if you don't know them.
Yeah.
This may be a godly person who's entirely focused on God and doesn't want sin in their life and feels like a spouse could help them take a better direction, and that's not an ungodly thing.
Right.
You know, and it does slander them. When you leave all those posts, you leave the impression that you're somebody that knows this person, sees something wrong, and that they are taking the wrong direction, and that they need to redirect themselves towards Jesus, who they're apparently not directing themselves towards as it is. And I think that's a very hurtful thing to do. If you don't know somebody personally and intimately, don't leave comments like that. It's hurtful. Somebody may just be a godly person searching for a godly spouse.
Yeah, I mean, don't get us wrong. I know that the heart is good of the people giving you.
If your heart's not towards God, then it's not going to be towards those.
But I'm talking about the people leaving comments.
Oh, right. What were you saying?
I mean, I know that they're not intending to hurt. They're really trying to be supportive.
They are trying
because they love you.
Yeah.
And I think you were appropriate in how you responded immediately, so that you didn't get a bunch of other comments that had to do with that same ordeal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of people just comment without thinking.
Listen, and another thing is I'm waiting. I've been waiting a long time, and I'm willing to wait a long time, too. I'm not saying I need a spouse right now. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I want the right spouse. Don't assume that I won't wait, you know? But if you really need time and you're interested in me and you're a godly woman that might be a good match for me, at least make it known.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't mean vaguely on private message me, talk to me. I'll tell you. I'll try if I reject you, I'll try to do it as kindly and as good as possible. I feel like you're not a good match doctrinally and in your lifestyle, and I'll try to be as kind as possible. I wouldn't just accept one, the first person to come along either.
Right, yeah, because this is a life commitment.
You.
Yeah, no, because God wants what's best for us. God wants us to love people the way He wants them to be loved.
Yeah.
He wants us to be loved the way He wants us to be loved. Does that make sense? Yeah.
To know them the way He knows them.
Yeah.
And for you to be known the way He knows you.
We need to pray for Steve McAllister's friend. Said, hey, guys, I need to go. I have to get ready for a funeral. My former grief share facilitator passed away suddenly. Please pray for the Dwayne Larimore family. That goes out to all of our prayer warriors out there, the Dwayne Larimore family.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of viewers today.
See, now I feel really bad because people have so much bigger problems than I do.
But that's the thing. The problems are, your problems are relative to you.
Right.
Their problems are relative to them. It's not a matter of whose problems are worse or whose problems are better.
Right.
It's about God sees every problem that we have as a big problem. He wants to help us through it all. And sorry, I was reading your comment. I know we had this conversation before where you had mentioned that, something about you, because you actually, it was whenever you started thinking about getting a wife,
Right.
And you said, I think, God, he said, what was it? I had said, God wants us to be happy. And you're like, no, He doesn't.
Right.
And, well, we had that conversation. We talked about it on that episode that day. And, it doesn't get easier whenever you become a Christian. It becomes harder, I think.
Yeah, God made all the feelings that we have to be felt.
Yeah.
He gave us those.
Nikki Skaggs says, I am married. I support those that love the Lord.
Thank you, Nikki.
All right. So,
but if you see somebody posting something about being lonely and all that, just don't post those posts. If you really don't know them well, before you post anything like that, get to know them so that you can give them wise instruction and wise counsel. But to say all those things can really imply and give an impression that may be false and may repel a good match. Not
Yeah.
that that's even possible, because I know that God is sovereign. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Mike Crimper says it's God's timing.
Yes.
It has to be. He's a lot
Yes.
better at timing our lives than we are.
Yes, no doubt.
Because,
No doubt.
I tried to,
And I hear that a lot too. It's God's timing and all that too. I hear that a lot. But,
can't argue
I
that.
think that does imply that I'm not ready too, which I believe I am. And if I'm not, God forgive me and correct me and teach me. And I know that's asking for trouble.
What?
I asked for patience, and God grew my patience, and it was very, very difficult.
Yeah, he was begging for patience, praying for patience, and they sent me along.
No, not that. Something else, but yeah.
I definitely test people's patience from time to time. I'm looking for something, an app that I have that I was going to look up just for fun, and I can't remember what it is. It's about. Did you know that? It's got a bunch of different weird facts and stuff.
Did you know what?
Exactly, that's what I'm looking for.
All right, cool. Sounds like fun.
But I can't find it. I'm just going to change it up for just a minute. I know what.
No, that's good to change the subject. I think we've beaten this dead horse, although I don't think it's really dead. A lot of people are having the same feelings. I see it a lot.
I agree. Because, love is complicated, man.
And if one thing I can do to help people is to say, please don't leave those comments. If you don't know that person, don't comment. Ask questions so that your comments can come from a place of wisdom and kindness and love, instead of one of, just dogmatic assumptions.
Yeah. It's better to ask questions and get all the facts and
you give the person a chance to express themselves.
Clarification.
And to explain better who they are. That's only good for them.
Yeah. Well, I'm giving up on this. I can't find it. Oh. As soon as I gave up, I found it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good. There it is.
This app is called Did You Know 2.
Yeah.
This is a really cool app. It's just it's got all these different what do you call it? Categories.
Right.
And if you're wondering what I'm drinking today, I'm drinking Sadaf tea. And this stuff is a Middle Eastern tea, or they drink it in the Middle East.
Yeah.
It's actually made and grown and made in England, actually. And this stuff here is with Earl Grey, and it's also got cardamom and clove in it.
Yeah.
So it's a blend, and it is amazing. I'm all about scents and stuff now. Does that seem kind of weird?
You always have been.
Oh, yeah, as far as teas are concerned. And I got another big can of something similar to this.
As far as everything. We had how many cans of...
It's called Ahmad tea.
Of bathroom freshener sprays, different scents and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There always was.
Yeah, because, you gotta make sure that, you don't smell the house up.
Yeah.
With something that you don't enjoy.
You're always wearing colognes, trying different ones?
Yeah, I'm actually getting ready to start. For those of you who don't know, I'm getting ready to start experimenting and making my own cologne.
I think this is a good thing for you.
I'm
interested to see how far you go. I
like
hope
I
that
said,
you don't overinvest in a little bottle, though.
No.
Make sure you don't waste your material.
No, I'll wait until see what I'll do is I'll wait till I have a really good, different types.
Yeah.
Because I'm not just gonna stop at one that I like. I want to start trying all kinds of. I actually have 10 more bottles of essential oils coming in the mail that'll be here by the end of this week. And it's all ones that pair really well. I think I told you this yesterday. Pairs really well with the sandalwood, which is my favorite.
I thought you had 8 coming.
Well, I went back and
now
I counted
it's
it.
18.
No, I went back and counted and I got 10.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
And then I managed, and a lot of these since
Did you get the, what is it called, the medium that you need for it? The alcohol or the olive oil?
Not yet. I was going to get some denatured alcohol, but I'm not sure if that's the kind I'm supposed to use.
I would make sure you get the right kind.
But the one thing that I have seen, a lot of people will use Everclear because it's essentially the same.
I don't think that's such a big deal.
It's not for
like me. For alcohol, for me, just to absorb alcohol through the skin was a problem for me.
Well, you were also taking Antabuse.
Right. But
to-
it also made me aware of how vulnerable I was
Yeah.
to alcohol and how much. Plus, hand sanitizers
Oh, yeah.
would really give me. So I know that there was something about that I had to be careful and aware of, and be vigilant in your addictions and your compulsions about
Keeping yourself
giving
out of
them
that
to God.
danger zone.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm talking about pray for me about seducing
Seductive women.
and false women, because there can be women who want you to see them a certain way
And then they're not really that
and
way.
aren't even aware that they're doing it.
Right. Well, yeah, because everybody is, when they first meet somebody, everybody, I don't care who it is, you're
You
different.
put your best foot forward.
Yeah, you're like, okay, you put on your new suit, but they don't see that you snore,
Yeah.
that, maybe you fart in your sleep or something like that. These are things that, sorry, I just had to say the word fart because it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I'm super immature like that.
Hey, that's good.
Again, I'm starting to make colognes and stuff, and fart scent is not going to be one of them.
Good.
Although
I was worried.
you can buy that stuff. Barney has a spray. It's called fart spray.
I saw him yesterday.
And did you?
Yeah.
Did he come over and show you his truck?
He brought me a flashlight. He showed me his truck. Yeah.
Those little pin flashlights.
yeah.
Those are awesome.
Beautiful flashlight.
Yeah.
And so, beautiful
Sorry.
truck, I mean.
We're all over
And
the place.
flashlight. Well, I had it. I clipped it on the outside of my pocket, and he says, "Oh, well, don't do it like that. You."
Because it'll pop loose.
And he said, "Put it on the inside of your pocket." And sure enough, within 10 minutes, that flashlight was in my pocket, unclipped. So it would have ended up on the ground.
I keep mine. I have a lanyard,
Yeah,
and I keep it around my neck when I'm at work.
that's a good way to do it.
Because I have to look into the vent doors of these trucks.
Yeah.
And I pop it open.
Squirrel.
Yeah. We are all over the place today. Well, not really. We're at that time. This is what we call the front porch convo portion of our show.
Yeah.
Which we haven't called it that in a long time, but it's really, this is how we talk when we sit and visit. And we like to sit on the front porch and enjoy the weather, unless it's super
So I
hot.
love you all. If you're one of the people that I've admonished today, know that I love you. I don't mean to hurt you either. You know, and I cherish you and what you have to say and your opinion. I'm thankful that you're involved, that you're participating in my posts and paying attention to them. I appreciate all of that about you, and I'm thankful for it. I just want you to know where I stand and where I'm coming from, and that maybe some of these things aren't helpful.
You got to know what to pray for. People need to know what to pray for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday because I was trying to kill some time.
Yeah.
And I went to where their candle making stuff is, and they had a bunch of essential oils there.
Yeah.
And they were all in plastic. They were all packaged, so I couldn't pop
couldn't
open.
smell 'em.
Couldn't smell them.
What?
I was like, what? Exactly.
What?
They didn't have denatured alcohol. They didn't have perfumer's alcohol there.
Oh.
So, but then I was on my way out. I'm like, okay, well, I get up. I was trying to find some fine mist sprayers.
Why don't you just get perfumer's alcohol then?
Well, I probably will, but it's a little bit more expensive.
How
Like
much?
I can go
it
and
like
buy a
gold?
pint of Everclear and it'll work just as good.
Well, is it a gold expensive or how expensive are we talking?
Well, probably like $30 for 100 milliliters or something like that.
What's 100 milliliters look like?
It looks like 100 milliliters.
100 milliliters, that's about what, 8 cups?
I don't know.
Coffee cup?
No, 100 milliliters.
Yeah.
No, that's not really. That may be maybe like a couple coffee cups. But
Well, then it would be worth it.
I could. Well, I could get a pint of Everclear for $10, and it works just as good.
Yeah, but then you want to do you want to be using something that, one, could be a downfall for you if you're an alcoholic like I am, or maybe
See you, Nikki.
be using something that would change the scents.
Well, all the videos I've watched, people usually that's where they start is
So Everclear.
is Everclear, because it's 190 proof. It doesn't really have a taste or a certain smell, whereas isopropyl alcohol has a weird smell to it and completely changes the smell of the
Is that the
essential
kind you're
oils.
supposed to use?
No,
Oh,
that's
right.
they expressly said, do not use isopropyl alcohol. Kevin, you and I are on the same in the same page. Then we need to get together and have a cologne making party, because Kevin and I, we enjoy colognes. We enjoy smelling good. Actually, the bottle of cologne that I use now, Kevin gave me as a gift, and it is some of the best smelling cologne I've ever had.
So he has a good taste.
Yeah, he does. He's always any cologne he's ever given me has been just top notch. So I was texting my friend back and telling them the show there. How was the show? It's still going on. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like I said, I'm gonna keep everybody posted on my progress. Now, once I get recipes, I'm not gonna give the recipes on the air. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna be proprietary. But my goal is a simplistic line of men's cologne and eventually women's cologne.
You do have to list them on the bottles if you sell them, though, because somebody needs to know if something they're allergic to is in it.
Right.
And you put it in alcohol, and boom, they're in trouble quick.
Kevin said, "Blush." He's blushing.
Blushing. Oh.
Yeah, because I was complimenting him. You can get distilled alcohol. Yeah, that's essentially what Everclear is. It's distilled alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'll drink it because Everclear is super
It's a type
strong.
of distilled alcohol.
Yeah.
I think most alcohols are distilled.
Mm-hmm. They have to be. That's how they.
But they're not all of the same type.
No.
Some are petroleum based. Their bases can be different.
Yeah. Some are like I went to the house, what do you call that? The hardware section at Walmart.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor. And they have denatured alcohol, but I don't know that it's good for.
Denatured alcohol does have a pretty strong smell.
Yeah. I mean, all alcohol has a real strong smell unless it's like isopropyl and it has a weird smell to it. I've smelt your denatured alcohol that you use for the fuel in your Bunsen burner, your homemade Bunsen burner.
My camping stove.
Yeah, which is basically a little part
soda
of a
can.
soda can.
It's 2 soda cans it takes to make it.
Yeah.
It's fun. I need to go camping again. I should go this weekend.
And I'm in the process of, once I get all my stuff paid down and all that, I want to get a loan and get that motorcycle.
I want to go where I can get wet, jump in the water and
Yeah, so bring your bathing suit.
something rocky because I'm not really a fan of mud.
No?
Yeah.
But I'm not really a fan of my feet hurting.
I got some $1 flip-flops so that, and then a place where I can remember to put my phone in.
Some thongs?
Some flip-flops. Some thongs, yeah.
Some flippy floppies?
Yeah.
So
I'm not going to get wild like I used to.
You can't sneak up on anybody in flip-flops.
Jump around in the water and dive off of stuff. I just want to get my feet in the water and cool off. And
you should just get water shoes. Those would be better than flip-flops.
Yeah.
They have those special shoes you put on your feet.
The next place I'm going is going to be southeastern Missouri, Mark Twain National Forest. There's a place out there that I'm going to go to, and it's not that far away.
I've went riding horses out there before.
Yeah, get out. See something amazing. Get out there. Enter God's cathedral.
Yeah.
Because his
nature is
creation,
amazing.
What he built is more beautiful than anything you'll ever see.
So now I'm going to pose you guys a question. Where is your favorite place that you've went as far as beauty is concerned? That's, for me, I'd have to say, I love driving out to my house because the trees have grown so big they arch over the road.
Yeah, I love that. That's
and then
so cool.
During the winter time, it's absolutely beautiful when they're all covered with snow and ice. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Love it. But then also, I have went to, I used to live in Jacksonville, Florida, and I stayed at my brother's house. Well, they had this trail. It looks like just a little trail, but it turns out to go into conservation land.
Yeah.
And I used to go hiking out there, and I found this one rock, this little off trail goes out to this rock that hangs over this ledge in this huge marsh surrounded by trees. And it's like this little unknown little.
You want to be there in the early spring or late fall.
Oh, it's so beautiful there.
Because marshes are buggy.
Yeah. So beautiful. You see cranes flying across.
Oh, yeah.
And all kinds. Yeah, that's a beautiful bird in person.
I've been trying to take more pictures lately because I see things like that and it just passes me by. and I can't share it. So pictures are great.
So Sandy Bray says, I get lost in Mark Twain's forest for days, laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty big, and so it is good to keep your, have some sort of GPS and actually bring...
or have a destination planned.
And have a map. What you can do on your phone is you can screenshot a map of the area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that way, if you don't have signal, which could happen out there...
Which will.
Yeah, and if you've got
Google Maps is
firearm,
good,
probably should bring that just in case.
Google Maps has used satellites.
Yeah.
So your signal isn't always as important as the satellite signal.
Right.
So satellite signals are harder to get out of.
Yeah.
Because they're higher in the sky. But if you get at just that right angle and you lose it.
I thought navigation only worked whenever you were on mobile data.
Right. No, but once it's connected, it stays connected.
Remember that time we were on our way to that?
Or maybe it predicts your speed and follows along in that way. But
we were on our way to a gig to play music at this church.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was following us except for, Barney turned a different direction.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, well, I guess he's going a different way. And we just kept going.
Yeah.
20 miles later.
No, it wasn't 20.
It was, it was
like 5.
No, it wasn't 5.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was like at least 10.
No.
No, because it took us an extra 30.
I hear 11?
11. I'm going to give it a bit 11. I'm going to give it a bit 11. 12. Do I hear 12?
I think it was 4.
No, it was
4.1.
No, 4.
3.9. 3.9, I think it was.
No, just keep going down. You're terrible at this.
No, but we were going into the valleys. And that's where our turns were, and we kept missing it, and it would redirect us, huh?
Yeah. Sandy says,
sorry for stealing and telling.
Right before my phone died, I called the police on myself. So did you actually get lost? Did you actually get lost?
Wow. That's got to be scary.
For hours out there? I mean, or is it? Yeah, that's a scary thought.
Bring a compass.
Bring a compass.
Or stay on the path.
And some fire starting stuff. Just bring power bars.
I'm not into that. I mean, I'd like to be skilled enough that I could survive it, but I don't. I think I'm skilled enough.
Jay was driving. You are. I mean, I've got one of those little things I'm going to give you that where it's like it's full of fuel and it's a little match that you strike, or you could shave some magnesium.
I know the techniques for starting fire without any man-made. Of course, you have to prepare the tools.
Yeah.
So you do need at least a knife, or
a sharp knife,
or rocks that you can break into sharp edges.
She said, "Or don't go alone."
Who's that?
Probably a bill collector.
Ah.
They happen.
They're no fun at all.
No, they call. I mean, it's random. They call almost every day.
Do they?
Yeah, but they call at different times of the day.
Yeah.
I could block them. I plan on, I don't know if it's bill collectors or what it is. I think it probably is.
Telemarketers.
Yeah, and I can't. I can only pay for so much at one time without. I got to eat. So.
Yeah.
And, but, I'm working. I'm chiseling it down. A lot of these people don't really want to work with me very much.
A lot of this stuff is foreign government sponsored too, and they're trying to collect data on us. So that they can damage our economy if they get mass amounts of it, which I think Equifax, 150 million, of contacts were stolen information, which is basically the adult population of the United States.
Yeah. Sorry.
Which is basically yours and mine.
Yeah. A lot of that happens. I mean, there's also a lot of. We used to have a guy that had a show on Mondays, and his name was Tony Hammock, and he was talking about Legal Shield and stuff, Identity Shield, and things like that. That's important stuff.
I think it is, but I think that those things. I don't like those things. I think that a company that is transferring that information openly, who's offering a service and telling you that their service is good and safe and secure, they are responsible to keep it that way, and they're responsible for any breach.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just give your password to somebody.
Right.
But somebody steals your password, those people are out there. You can't avoid that, and their services should be able to compensate for that. They should be the ones pursuing the people who break the laws and commit those crimes against you, because they're supposed to confirm that it's you.
Yeah.
And that's easy to do.
Well, when I worked for a credit card company, we had a fraud department, and I heard some crazy stories of like juniors, that are spending all of the senior, the Mr. such and such senior, his son went to a casino and racked up $80,000 in one night, to the point where the casino called us and it's like, hey, we just want to make sure that, this guy went through, and that was just on his dad's card. Not counting, so it was probably like $130,000 this guy blew at the casinos.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so they called and said, we just want to make sure that this guy is who he says he is. And I said, okay, so is he old or is he young? Well, he's a young guy. I said, well, then that's not this client. That's his son. They both have accounts here. And so I sent him over to the, the fraud department. Oh, I bet you they had a heyday with that. Can you imagine waking up and somebody spent like $80,000+ of your credit?
High interest credit.
Yeah, he'd have to prosecute his own son. He would have to prosecute his son, because that's identity theft.
Yep.
And it's also stealing. So that holds a pretty steep penalty, prison time.
And they're those big banking companies and those big data companies, they're the only ones with the resources to protect us against those things. If they can't protect us against those things, how are we supposed to protect against ourselves? To understand those systems and how they work, and to absolutely protect yourself from any sort of criminal invasion of your privacy, how can you do it?
Yeah.
And who has the resources to do it? Spending the resources to make myself absolutely safe, regardless, no matter what, in those ways, would be spending the very resources that they're meant for.
Yeah. And that's it was always like, most places, most banks, most credit card companies, they have a zero liability clause where if your stuff is stolen, you have zero liability to that.
Yeah.
They do. They have the liability.
Yeah.
So we got a commercial real quick, don't we?
Yeah. I'm ready if you are.
Are you?
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's wipe it over.
There you are. Oh, wait a minute. Nope.
Oh, there I'm not.
There
they
you
can
are.
see us on Facebook. Hi, everybody. You can see this plant behind me is not real, but I tell you what is. The deal's at naturalsolutionstore.bz. I want to get on my screen here, because I'm actually, the stuff you hear me reading, I'm actually reading this right off their website. The information that's given on here is so thorough, and it gives you all the, most of the time, it gives you all the ingredients and what to take, how to take it. I know I suffer from high blood pressure. Jay, you know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
I suffer from not super high blood pressure, but some high blood pressure. So, but there is a natural solution on naturalsolutionstore.bz. It's called blood pressure supplement. It supports cardiovascular health by lowering the blood pressure with botanical extracts thought to support healthy blood pressure. And it can be used to complement a healthy diet, exercise, and doctor-prescribed regimen. Now, remember, anytime you go to try something, make sure that it's not going to, this stuff is all natural and all herbal stuff. So the likelihood of it, of course, I'm not a doctor, but I would think that the likelihood of it messing with your current prescriptions, that's very slim. But always talk to your physician before changing your diet or using a new food. But this is a blood pressure supplement. Whether, like for instance, if you're already on a blood pressure medication, don't just switch to this without talking to your doctor first. Don't take this on top of that blood pressure medicine without talking to your doctor first, because, that would be a double whammy. So, anyways, go online, check it out. Naturalsolutionstore.bz probably has a solution for you. So, back to you guys.
And we're back.
Yes.
So Steve Schultz, I think you may have mentioned it, but I didn't realize it or hear it. Steve says take a big ball of string to Sandy about getting lost International, Dwayne? We're talking a big ball of string there.
Some bread, a couple of bags of
Yeah,
bread.
a couple
lay out
bags of bread.
breadcrumbs.
Yeah, because that's an effective way to leave a trail in the wilderness with hungry animals.
Yeah.
How great is that?
That.
So fun. Steve.
Well, how big of a ball of string do you need? I mean,
Pretty big.
let's face it, Steve would need a smaller ball
Well, I guess
of
it
string.
doesn't matter how big it is. Whenever you get to the end, you know it's time to go back.
Yeah, and you can follow it right on back.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I haven't actually hiked at Wilson's Creek, but I know they've got hiking trails there. So,
Yep.
go and check it out. I've ridden bikes there, ridden horses there.
Get out, yeah. In a weekend, you
Enjoy
can get
nature.
far from home and see something amazing that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like a garden that has, something more beautiful at every turn.
Yeah. Now, Steve is a gardener, so he does his outdoor stuff outside. Between that and catching cats and having them fixed.
And delight in God's creation.
Delight in God's
Squirrel.
creation. Enjoy what God has. See, God made this earth for us. He made it this way for us. And
Made us for him, too.
and made us for him. And made us for this earth. I mean, you can call me a hippie if you want. I'm okay with that. I love being in the forest around trees. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's calming, peaceful.
So, if you have any advice on this, when I'm talking to people and sharing my testimony, or even just talking about things that I'm interested in, and God comes up, something I've faced is anger towards God, resentment towards God, condemnation of God, and I don't think those are unforgivable sins.
Yeah.
How do you overcome those things?
Yeah.
All I could do, I guess, I didn't feel defeated, but I did feel like I didn't know what to offer, and that all I could do is, offer love and forgiveness and understanding.
Yeah.
Because like this we've talked about, I'm waiting. You know what I mean? That feeling towards God. Well, some people have a much deeper resentment and hatred towards God. Well, that's not, and I don't hate or resent God. I'm just wondering what is going on here with the plan.
It's like, can I have an idea about what time?
But that can turn to resentment towards God, and then hatred, and then condemnation of God. So how would you overcome that? What would you offer to a person who feels that way? And the best argument I have is, look, without tragedy and the depth of pain that we feel as human beings, we wouldn't know the heights of joy,
right?
The heights of purpose, and empathy and sympathy and relationship, being able to relate to somebody else. If all we could relate to somebody else was equal amounts of pleasure and joy, it would be melancholy. I know that because when I'm having things too good for too long, they don't feel as good as they should.
It's true. Well, it's like you can't have hot without cold. You can't have cold without hot.
Yeah, what kind of world would this be?
Can't have the sweet without the bitter.
I know that's not a pleasant idea.
No, it's fact. It's true.
When you think of a child dying of cancer, or getting hit by a car, or something tragic like that, I mean, that's the best I have to offer, is that one day God will use that tragedy in your life to be able to make a deep connection with somebody who needs your experience and your peace.
Yeah.
But at the same time, then the argument is for them, then, why wouldn't God just keep the child alive and allow me to experience that depth of relationship with this child? So there's that difficulty in overcoming that.
Well, I even had a guy tell me one time that he's angry with God for letting his grandma die.
Yeah.
And I said, well, how old was your grandma? She was like 92. I was like, she lived a long life. I mean, you don't want her to live forever. Like I told Dad, I said, yeah, you got about another 40 years. You could have another 40 years. He goes, I hope not. Because I know it'd be sad for you, but, I'm about ready to go home, he said.
Some people die very well, and some people it's very hard to die.
But
death comes for us all.
Yeah.
The body.
No less than one per customer.
Mm-hmm.
So I think first time I heard that specific saying was on the Bible Answer Man broadcast. Yeah. So we're running down on time here.
We are.
Be sure and tune in next for the Power Hour, Skylar Carter, and, of course, his puppy, one of our favorites.
Are they here?
I don't know. You didn't lock that door when you came in, did you?
I don't think so.
Oh. Well, usually whenever they're here, Deacon comes in.
Deacon
right
announces them, yes.
Yeah. So, but they'll probably be here soon. But yeah, tune in next for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's always fun with those fellers here. See, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I forgot, announcements or anything like that.
I think Deacon's in some training. He's being brought in. He's maybe had a little too much freedom. And he's a support dog, a trained support dog, right?
He's an emotional support animal.
Yes, but he's trained.
I don't know if he's actually been officially trained, but he's definitely well behaved.
Yeah, very good dog.
I mean, he walks back and
what
forth
an
around here.
amazing
Yeah.
thing. We have such a good God.
Yeah. Yeah, and
that we would keep that on the ark.
Yeah.
He must have had us in mind.
No,
that such
there he
good
is.
things like Deacon would come from it.
I got a guitar in his lay down spot today. So he'll have to lay down on the other side of it. Hey, Deacon. This is Deacon, everybody. This is the one we're talking about. He is a Burmese mountain dog. Bernese mountain dog. He's so cute. I love this dog. He knows it too. I've seen him chase down.
He's shaking his head now.
Chase down a lady in the parking lot and then go right up against her. He's got to say hi. Did he put his paw up like he wanted to? He pawed at you. That guy's awesome. All right, well, you see Deacon. That means it's time for us to get ready for Skylar Carter's show, the Power Hour. So we're going to go ahead and start our...
hair. There's not all hair. There's a big dog under this.
How much does that dog weigh?
120.
Huh?
120.
120, 120 pounds. I know people that don't weigh that much. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the Morning Drive today. We'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. So tune in next for the Power Hour with Skylar Carter. And I don't know if I'm going to be on here with him today or not. No, he's got somebody. All right. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
And this has been The Morning Drive. You want to cut us from YouTube?
Oh, yeah. I better do that.